All right, everybody, we are back. That was quick. Just a short break here, and we're at Techno Security in Wilmington. I keep wanting to say Myrtle Beach by default because we were there so many years.
Yeah.
And, but I did hear we were talking about it in the last podcast that it could be going back there.
Oh,
But I'm going to drag Jennifer onto the show whenever I see her, and I'll
push it to the
I'll-
wall and
I'll
say,
make her confirm it. If not, she'll punch me live on here. Anyway, welcome back. Like I was saying, we're at Techno Security here in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's a great town if you've not been here. Now, we went to a fun place. You guys had an event last night.
yes.
Yes. And it was WTF.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot Ball.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, yeah. And I'll tell you what, all of my travels, I have never had a better old fashioned ever. And I tried to make my own. I make a pretty good one, in my opinion, right? Of course, usually about the third one in, it doesn't matter what it tastes like at that point. But these guys, we were there filming actually together, and they take this torch and they light this piece of wood on to it's like charred, it's like glowing red, and they were just lining up these glasses, putting them upside down. Once it fills with smoke, slides it down. Next, and then they did this whole presentation. I did not know. I think we talked about this. I did not know the spritz or the spray from an orange was flammable.
Oh, I know. Didn't you play when you were a kid?
No,
Man, we used to do it all the time.
we grew up different. I grew up so hillbilly. You'd think we'd catch everything on fire. I did not know as you spray that orange, it
It's the oil.
lights. No kidding. That's what it is.
Yeah, we used to do it all the time.
I was amazed by that. I'll put a video up somewhere of I got the whole process. I filmed the guy. He probably thought it was some kind of weird creeper, but he was right. But I'm just saying that it was a great experience. So I really appreciate you inviting us out to that. That was
it's nice having you. And I can tell you another thing that maybe you didn't do when you were young. You know pickles?
Yes.
You can put power in them and they light like a light bulb.
A pickle.
A pickle.
Now, I've heard it with a potato.
No, pickle. It will light as a light bulb. You should try it.
See, I never know. Let me give you a little backstory. I've known Martin a lot of years, and we mess with each other all the time. And I know I'll be home putting freaking diodes into a pickle, and I'll be calling him, Martin. He goes, "You actually tried that?"
Trust me on this one. You can check out YouTube. It's a legit trick. And we used to do it when we were kids. But you should not do it. Kids, do not do this. This is not safe. Watch it on YouTube.
How much
Don't do it.
power comes out of a pickle, though? I mean, it's not like
it's a salt. It leads electricity and it lights.
the pickle lights.
Yeah, the pickle lights
Oh
up.
wait, no, hold on. Is this going to get me banned from YouTube? Are we like doing like it doesn't explode or
No.
All right, not that I
should
got
not explode.
say
No,
that.
never. 220 volts doesn't explode. 110, I'm not sure.
All right, so 220 but doesn't explode. I think we're safe at 110 here in the States. Oh my gosh! So what do you do? It's on YouTube, you said.
Yeah, I mean,
So we're safe talking about it.
You take like a pickle, you put it on like wood or something that doesn't lead electricity.
Right, you don't want to hold the pickle in your hand.
No, don't hold the pickle. And then take the wires in the pickle and then the wall socket, and it lights up. That's what I'm saying. Don't do this at home.
No, don't do that. Oh my God, you're like talking like AC current coming out. Yeah,
Yes.
go look it up on YouTube.
Yeah. That's what we used to do when I grew up.
That was not on your list of big ideas, by the way.
No. Yeah, it was.
I want to give you guys some context because we went way off the rails, but I'm having a blast. That's all that matters. This is Martin Westman with MSAB. I've known him for a lot of years.
It's almost 20.
Yeah, and I think it was
15 plus.
Yeah, it's a number of years because oh my gosh. So and you handle the research, right?
Yeah, currently
at MSAB. So tell us a little bit about that, and then I'm going to sidetrack to one of your items over here because I want to kind of make the flow. I'm just going to steal your own list.
Yeah.
So what is it exactly you do? If you could explain it kind of layman's terms as to the audience.
Yeah, I mean, so as I said, I'm with MSAB. I've been in many years, different roles, and currently I'm doing the exploit. I'm actually global head of research. Is the title. Nobody knows what it means.
That's a fancy title.
It's a very fancy title.
I like it.
And I have actually a development talk with my manager a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he said, you have 5 in performance on this, you have 5 in performance, but on being a global head of research, I give you a 3. And I was like, why do you give me a 3 on that? He said, we have no definition on it, so I can't give you 5. I was like, okay. So yeah, but in real life, it means I'm heading the exploit research department. So we are the guys who, or not me, but my guys are, and one girl tester. She's awesome.
Very
Both
cool.
of them are awesome, yeah. So what they do is they find exploits in the mobile devices, in the boot chain, in the crypto system, whatever, and that enable us to get into locked phones and get the data out. You know?
That's very cool. You don't have to wear a hoodie into work. You're
Now, and it's such a fun thing because I was doing a presentation here a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
And I may or may not have used ChatGPT to create some of the images. Yeah. And I asked her, can you please create an image of a offensive researcher, aka hacker, being portrayed on the mobile phone? And sure enough, dark glasses, hoodie coming up. None of my guys look like that. They look like normal people. So yeah, so they are I have a team of almost 20 people, and they're extremely talented, and I created a very good I believe I have created a very good sanctuary for them, so they can thrive and get great ideas, because if you give them just time and shield them from the other corporate BS, if I can say that,
You can.
then they get so creative and productive.
That's awesome. So you guys are really, I'm going to put this in terms that someone like myself understands, is essentially you guys are responsible to find the little nooks and crannies where you can pull more information out of that mobile device for investigators. You're looking for that.
Well, we're actually looking to get into the phones. Decrypt the data. Dump
get in
the
there
data
and pull that data out.
Exactly.
Finding a new way to do that. Because the manufacturers are always locking stuff down, trying to stop that from happening, and you're fighting against that constantly.
Yes.
You like need a cape. You like super hacker leader.
Well, it's getting trickier and trickier, you know. Especially, I mean, if you look at Samsung, which for many reasons I focus a lot on, they've really upped their game the last 6 months.
Really?
I mean, most of the competitor tools doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Touch wood, you know, we're in a good streak right now, but it comes and goes.
Yeah.
You have to be objective to that, and we are on a lucky streak right now. So I would say right now we're unparalleled on Android access. We brute force and dump phones, and we're actually the only one who do full physical extraction. A lot of people say nowadays you can't do full physical since file-based encryption came out. That ain't wrong.
Really?
It's just your tool not doing it. We've been doing it for many years.
That's very cool.
I think we just looked at the numbers, and we do physical dump of about 95% of the phones that we get into.
Wow.
So we dump it physically, and then we sort out the keys and the structure, and we give you a decrypted dump.
Very cool.
Yes.
Wow, that's
amazing.
Cool. Yeah. So if you guys haven't had a chance to maybe check out MSAB lately, do that. Absolutely do that. But I'm going to go over here now, and there's a little place that where I met you, actually, the location called Hong Kong.
Oh, Hong Kong, yeah. Hong Kong, the 00s, man. Those were the days.
We used to, was that an HTCI event? It was an HTCI event.
It was Paul Jackson was the leader of HTCI at the time.
Yep. And we used to go, and it was just a little room, essentially, where the vendors would all be.
I think it was Microsoft building it, Microsoft floor.
I don't remember the building or the floor name. It's been a while.
The first year was very small.
Yeah. And then you have a funny story about that.
The Cheech and Chong story?
Yeah. This is, I guess this is a prime example of know your audience. Right?
It is. And I kept this story for a long time in my life because, and actually brings it back to Wilmington, because, so I was in Wilmington, Techno Security, the first year in Wilmington.
Yeah.
And I made, well, long story short, the week before the Techno Security conference, I was in Long Island, New York, and I attended a show with Cheech and Chong. They had their reunion tour. I think it was 2008 or 9. I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah. Must be election year, because I got a T-shirt from it saying like Cheech and Chong for president. Yeah. And I ended up backstage with Cheech and Chong, and I got some pictures to prove it. Yeah, some nice pictures. Yeah. And we were
I did not know that.
yeah, we were sharing pizzas and stuff, and we had a great time. And I got some pictures, and I made a scenario. Like my presentation, I like to make them fun.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And so I made up some moms for forensic investigations at home.
Yeah.
And the whole demo I did was basically my mom finding a phone, using the tools,
Right.
and with just click button forensics, extracting the data of my hidden Cheech and Chong pictures, basically.
Yeah.
So I did this presentation in Myrtle Beach, and it was, I don't want to boost, but it was a good presentation. People were happy. They was laughing at,
Presentations are always fun.
Yeah,
You
it
throw
was
some crazy stuff in there.
yeah, it was fun. And then the next week, we're going to HCCA in Hong Kong, right? And normally, I always make a new presentation. I never deliver the same presentation twice, but it was busy times, and I said, I will run the same in Hong Kong. It's okay. And then I come to Hong Kong, and I start talking to some people at the conference, and I realized that they had no idea who Cheech and Chong are. Yeah, okay. So I thought, I better educate them. So I found a clip on YouTube, I think it was,
Oh no.
from, I think it's Up in Smoke.
Oh, no.
Or is it the next movie? I think it's Up in Smoke. Like where they basically smoke this huge
Yeah.
reefer in the car and up in the center of the driveway, and they're, oh, we're still driving, man.
I remember the scene.
And I thought I showed this just to get them in mood so they understand Cheech and Chong. So I started the presentation showing this video, and everybody goes like, he's showing drug addicts on, what is this? Who is this person? And then I made the presentation.
Oh man.
And in the end was like 5 or 6 Americans laughing in the back of the room, and there was 45 very confused Hong Kong police officers and other people. Who is this? Why is this showing these people having drugs?
My gosh, that's so funny.
It was a crash and burn. My biggest crash and burn in the industry.
It depends on how you look at it. I would have been very amused by that whole thing. I would have said, no, that was his greatest moment ever.
Yeah. So know your audience.
Yeah. Yeah, know the audience is good, but that's it makes for a great story 20 years later. However many years later. It is.
But it made my household name in Hong Kong because everybody knows who I am from that point.
Absolutely. Now, one year, I know it was when those hoverboards first came out.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember watching you, like literally, because how this worked is when there was a session going on, all the students were in either I think it was 2 different rooms or 1 room. I can't remember now. And it was just the vendors hanging out.
Yeah, there was the vendors in the area.
Yeah. And then Martin had the first year, no one had even seen these things before, right? And he goes and buys one. Yep. He's learning how to do this and ride this hoverboard all around. And you got really good at it. No one person, not you, someone
fell over. Yeah.
It was not me. I saw Martin was one try this. I'm like, no, I'm in dress shoes. At that time we dressed nice when we did those, and I was like, no, I'll hurt myself. But yeah, I mean, you got really good at it, and then you actually went into your presentation.
Yeah, actually, I was asked to do it. I didn't know what they were doing, but it was, what was his name? I forgot. Jeffrey, right? So Jeffrey asked me. He said, can you do me a favor? Can you come in on your hoverboard? And the thing is, how you enter that room is like a class sitting, and you pass through the center of the class all the way to the front of the stage. So I said, okay, I can do that. And so I was riding in it slowly, and he put on Star Wars, the Lord,
the Imperial March.
And it was fun. That set the level for the presentation.
So there you go. Now if you've ever seen Mark presenting his name on any, you got to go to his. So now you have to one up yourself from those 2 stories.
Yeah. I will
at this point. So as you can gather, Martin's been around the industry for a little while. So he's got phenomenal stories, but also some awesome knowledge too. And you had a talk this morning. Now, nothing quite as insane as
it was actually a more sensible version, I would say. Sensible presentation. Yeah.
You're aging, Martin.
I am aging. And also I had, because I think it was last year I was here. No, not last year. 2 years ago. I forgot. Anyway, I did a presentation. Maybe it was in Pasadena, Techno. It was a Techno presentation. And you know Magnus he's with Mission Darkness now. My
Yeah.
old colleague. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And we used to travel in Asia a lot together when we was working for MSAB, and so we were really good friends, and we get without a shit. We were quite honest. And after the presentation, he came and said, "Martin, I know you for 10 years, man. I see your presentation; they're always great. This one sucked. You were so uninspiring. The topic was awesome, but you looked like you just want to go home." And he was actually right. I was homesick, to be honest. I do travel a lot. It's like every second week, somewhere on the globe almost. And
Now, where's home?
home is Stockholm, Sweden.
Yep.
And I was longing home, to be honest. I never had it before. But anyway, so he said, like, topic was awesome. You are the most boring presenter I ever see. Never do that again. So I was trying to redeem myself. So I was being professional. I had a suit even. I had a suit.
Yeah.
I think it's like the first time I presented in a suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
except
don't.
Interpol maybe. Yeah, Interpol.
Yeah.
In a suit. Yeah. So I'm more a t-shirt guy. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's not like digital examiners are going to be wearing suits in most cases. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
a few.
yeah.
Maybe.
But I normally see if you are professional, you don't have to dress up.
Yeah.
If you don't know your stuff, you need to dress up to at least, contribute with something.
Distract them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, it was a presentation on the secure elements in Androids mostly.
Yeah.
I mentioned iPhones a bit, but it was mostly about secure elements, how it's getting more challenging getting the phones. But we can still do it, and also, why this is happening, and how to handle the phones and stuff like that. Yeah, it was. I think people liked it.
Yeah. Very cool. Do you remember any of the elements off top without, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I just did.
And elements.
From your,
what? What do you mean with elements?
You said some of the elements.
Secure elements.
Yeah,
No, secure element. Oh, that's secure. Oh, good question. Secure element. That's a piece of hardware that the vendor takes all the crypto parts out of the operating system, put it in a secure element. It's like a TM. Oh, I just blacked out.
I put you on the
TPS. Yeah, you did. I'm getting old.
Prep a little bit.
Yeah,
And
but it's
threw
okay.
it sideways at you.
TPM, here we go, like a TPM chip on a computer. So you take the crypto part, put it in a separate chip. So even if you gain control over the operating system, you cannot get into the crypto. So that's the whole idea.
Okay.
So I talked about those, but we still can. We have ways into those. So we are, it's my guys has done a really great job. So, and Samsung's been on a patching streak right now. So as I said, I think we are the only one who actually can do these phones now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, keep that secret then. Maybe figure out how you.
I just outed it, right? Okay.
He said schmeg schmung. He didn't say the other word.
Yeah.
So they can do those phones.
Yeah. No.
I'm sure they monitor.
Yeah.
It's like, that Martin guy, he's the one been doing that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So hey, when you're walking around the streets here in Wilmington tonight, just watch over your shoulders.
Yep.
They're coming after you, sir.
Yep.
All right, what else we got on the big idea list?
Yeah, I have this. I have a list with big ideas.
It says it right up top. Let me put this up close. There's big ideas. Which made me laugh. Just before he went on, he handed me this. I'm like, oh, this is great. I fully love this. We're going to talk about some big ideas.
Yeah, because we got to talk about. I thought we can mention some cool stories. We talked about that.
Yeah,
right? And because I think we share this. Everybody in the industry is the feedback we get when we help out. We're here to help. That's what we're here for, right? And that, I mean, even though we're competitors with the other guys here, but when it gets important, we get together. So in the Interpol DefEd group, for example, we work together. In the case community, we work together. So and I mean, I often, not this time actually so far, but I often go hang out have beers with my peers on the other companies, And so we're actually, even though we're competitors, we know we're here to help the customers. Right?
Yeah, and that's kind of the great thing about this industry. I mean, we all come together.
Yeah, of course. In the end, we need to get paid and get salary,
right.
And get that sales. But the main reason we're here is to help the customers. And actually, the thing I thought about this morning is a good story, because normally the stories that we have is, there's a murder, there's a kidnapping, there's sexually abuse, there's something bad, and we have put someone in jail. We figure out what happened, and we get. But the best stories, and even though, because my guys in my department, I think the whole company, honestly, and the whole industry, I mean, we thrive on these stories where success, where we're successful. But what's even better is when we can prevent stuff happening.
Right.
And I have actually a really good story from the 90s. Sorry, no, the 10s. Sorry, I'm getting old. When I was young, the 10s. Yeah, it was the late 10th. So we were just starting to get into the Huawei's at the time. And the Huawei phone was booming in Europe, especially on the criminal elements and so on. So it was extremely lucky in that time match, that we get into those phones. So we got a call from an organization or a government organization in Germany on the Thursday morning, and they called us and said, "Hey, we have this phone. Can you solve that phone?" Because it was not in the product yet. And so I went to the guys and we started talking and said, "Yeah, we could probably do it. We read up what socket is, TN is, and you don't want to promise anything if you can't do it, right?" So we were like, "Yeah, we're 96% sure we can do this." I said, "Okay, we're there tomorrow." And this was like in the afternoon, Thursday. So Friday morning, so overnight they fly out from Germany. So there's two persons standing with the phone and say, "Here's the phone, and don't break it." That was the order. Don't break it.
That was the only instructions.
Yeah. And of course, this was a method. We need to take the phone apart, and that there was test points and whatever. So and we had to write a new support for that sock because we haven't had that sock supported before. But we wrote a loader, spent the morning doing that, dumped the phone, decrypted it, decoded it, and they flew home Friday night. And then and it was we were like, I wonder what it was, right? And Sunday morning I was emailed a link from a German newspaper saying that Saturday 170 police officers raided in I think it was Frankfurt am Main and prevented a terrorist attack from happening.
Wow.
And
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And that's
really
I mean we were that was a high that lasted 6 months in the department,
Yeah.
So there was a lot of high fives. So,
Yeah, heck yes. A well-deserved high five. That's you don't think at the time when you were doing that, you probably didn't think, you're probably thinking, "Oh, I'm just curious what it is," but what you were doing is what right? Getting the resources so you guys and your team can get in that information. And it led to something so much bigger. And that's what a lot of investigators, I think, lose sight of some of the things that the tools can help you do, and the work that actually goes on behind it. And now you have that for future phones.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it was a win-win, and we not often do this. We do it, I would say, once a month, maybe tops, maybe less. It's probably once a month, and normally we can normally use that in the product later on. And it could be like this is something we already looked at, but we haven't finished it, or something is missing, or maybe it's done, but it's not out in the product yet. So. And I think we have that relationship because I've been in the industry for so long, and the organization, so they will pick up the phone and say, "Hey, we have this situation. Anything you can do?" And if we can, we always try to help them out because it's also very good for relationship, just being adequate in the business. Because right now it's most of my stuff I do is regarding the exploit part.
Right.
I don't meet the customers anymore. It's why it's great to be here because I love to have the first-hand stories. Not what someone told the sales guy that some next sales guy tried to, explain what the customer wants. It's better to hear them, from here.
Yes. Yeah, because you got firsthand knowledge. A lot of sales folks, phenomenal what they do. They don't maybe have that technical background that when you're hearing it firsthand, you go like, "Oh, I get that.
Exactly.
I know exactly what's going on here."
Yeah.
Yeah, that really helps you with the, obviously future exploits.
Oh yeah, and also where we need to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really good. And meeting customers is always the best.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. And this particular conference is a lot of fun.
It is.
We always have a good time. So I think it was 2 years ago, you and I were walking downtown. We were walking from one event to another event in the evening somewhere, and I can't remember who was with us, and they had a pink flamingo. Did you have the pink? Sorry. An inflatable pink flamingo. You were wearing it on your head, and then you had it around your waist. That was his date for the evening.
Yeah,
Sorry, I just remember that.
yeah, that was me. Yeah, but
It's
actually,
like one of us had that, and I'm like, well, I know it wasn't me
yeah.
because my wife was with us. There was no way I was doing that.
No, and the funny thing is, I was just walking here between two parties, and there's this car with 4 kids in it, or 20. So,
Yeah.
and they had this flamingo sticking out their window, and I was crossing the street, and I started talking to them, and they were like, "Whoa, do you want the flamingo?" I said, "Yeah, can it be my date for the night?" They said, "Yeah, you can have it."
That's right.
Yeah, and I got this pink inflatable flamingo, and that was my date for the evening. I went to the. I think I went even to a competitor's.
Yeah, you were
afterward.
at
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. I forgot about that till just now because we were talking about at WTF last night. We were talking about what kind of things can we talk about, and that one was not on the list.
No, it's normally it's fun. when
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's we tell all the fun stories, but what it comes down to is it's the industry that helps build those bonds. We all have similar goals, right? Whether it's a competitor or whether it's someone who just likes to hang out and do podcasts. Essentially, we have similar goals, and that's what it comes down to. It's like a family. We've just known each other a long time, and it's great. If you haven't attended a live event, you have to attend.
Yeah, I think you should do. And also, one thing that a lot of people forget about, because, as you said, when we solve a phone, we maybe wonder what's in it. But normally we'd never go in because you never know what,
Right.
We have so many cases where you're helping out someone and they either didn't know or forgot to tell you. And it's like an ICAT case or whatever, but I was going somewhere with this. I don't know.
Or not just that, or maybe a government information that they don't want on your systems.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't want the dark vehicles pulling up when you're walking around town with a flamingo on your head.
Exactly. Now I got it back when I was going with this, and now I lost it again.
Oh, see, I'm trying to store it and bring it back.
I know. Yeah, sorry. No, but no, yeah, it was the humor, and I think because when we're exposed to so much bad stuff sometimes,
Yeah.
and I think it's really important to keep up the humor. Even though
oh gosh, yeah.
there's someone in Sweden sang a song a couple of years ago that said, like, you can have something important to say, but still be able to laugh. And I think that's and Interpol did actually a session a couple of years ago about mental health in our industry. I think it needs to be addressed, and she was also promoting like black humor, dark humor.
Yeah.
We have to be able to, because that's a way to process, and move forward. So
and and a lot of people that don't see the things that we've had to see over years, and things don't understand it. They think like, oh, that guy's like weird and twisted. Maybe in other ways, but not that way. It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
It's to kind of push that stuff off because it's in your head, and the cases that even you've seen and helped with is just insane.
Yeah, and if you know me, I mean, laugh. That's the best.
He's got a lot of coping.
Yeah, no, but it's I like laughing.
Yeah.
And life is too short to be too serious all the time. You should, it's time to be serious. Like this morning, I was serious in a suit on the stage.
That's right. I can attest. I saw him in a suit. He comes up, and I'm like, "You're not going on like that." No. Well, very good. So, anything else you wanted to yap about while we're here?
I don't know, man.
Your main stories.
There's so many stories.
That's a great story.
I
had a lot of fun.
I was thinking, actually, one thing, the solar chip off. Have you seen that one?
No, what is it?
A solar chip off, solar powered chip off.
Solar powered chip.
You remember my skydive extraction?
No. Why don't I know this story?
Wait, that's it. I'm a YouTube star, man. I got like 1,000 views.
What?
On my I skydive and extract the phone in free fall.
Are you making this up?
No.
Oh man, I'm gonna look it up.
You didn't know that?
No.
This was all. I did it before. Also, Techno in like 2009.
Really?
Like the year after the Moms Against Forensic at Home.
Yeah.
No, so what I did was, it was in Myrtle, second year in Myrtle. I was dumping a Motorola phone, and I needed like a 5-minute something while the extraction was running in the background, right? And at the time, I was skydiving a lot. So what I did is, and this is a really funny story. This is a really funny story. So because we were loaned a sample, a pre-production sample from Panasonic on a portable computer. The first port, the UFC1 or whatever it's called.
You were loaned this.
Yeah, we were loaned from Japan.
Okay.
Because there was happening a big deal here somewhere with some customer, right?
So
we had this prototype in the office, and I was skydiving.
Prototype.
Yeah.
And he decided it was a good idea to go skydiving with it.
Yeah. So I was betting my friends, like, we could extract a Nokia 6230 in free fall because it was roughly a minute of dumping time. And you have roughly a minute of free fall. So we actually modified extraction to not do the logical part, just the physical part. And I made a bet of a case of beer that I could jump out, extract the phone, and not pull the cord before the phone was extracted.
Oh my gosh, you were there's a lot of variables you were playing with right there.
And we did it. I mean, the first try, I lost the cable in the air. But the second time we made a full extraction on a mobile phone. I created a sport called hex jumping. Yeah. And I'm the only. I think it's either.
You are the world reigning champion.
Yeah, it is. I think it's in my bio for the conference here.
What?
Actually, yes. You didn't read it? Man.
I'm gonna put it up under this. So in the on the YouTube site, not the other ones. I'm gonna copy and paste it in
because
there.
The last time I checked, I'm up to like 1,200 clicks.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, no. So
I'm a
do a search. Is it under your name? Is it?
No.
What?
Just search for extreme hex jumping.
Extreme hex jumping.
Yeah, or extreme hex dump. No, extreme.
I'm gonna find it. I'll link it. I'll link it.
Extreme. Oh, Ryan, my friend.
Oh no! Of all the people,
here comes the competition.
That's right. Of all the people that could have,
oh no!
He got his old name.
How do you get that?
He steals.
So come on, you have to show this. You have to show this.
We get a lot of fun with these things, and people come all the time and get these things.
Yeah, these are for the amateurs. We have like troublemaker here.
Yeah.
Now this is how a pro does it.
That's right.
He got troublemaker on the actual
name. The company he's with is his name in real small.
You see, that's how we're not competitors. We're friends in the business.
Yeah, you have to be. Oh my gosh, that's so great. He was so proud of it. Look, he's still showing it to people.
Well,
this is what we do at the conference. We just keep ourselves entertained, I guess.
So yeah, back to the skydiving story.
Yes, skydiving.
Yeah. So then I did the presentation there, and I because the idea came from I saw extreme ironing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was based in the the evacuation days and stuff. So like Marines would take an ironing board, put on like a Humvee, and ironing while driving, in the battlefield or the desert. It's just crazy stuff, like extreme ironing. And I was like, okay, I can do extreme hex jumping or extreme hex stomping or whatever I call it. And I made this video, and it was, once again, people liked it, So it's
it's gonna revitalize. It's gonna get new traction now.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, because I mean, like 1,000 views, I'm like top YouTuber now, and then because something we did, I think it's on the same YouTube channel. It's under my incognito name, NSX DOS. It's a long story on that one, but both are on the same. I think they're published. So we were in Vegas or Merlin actually for HCCA.
Yeah.
Do I have time for a funny story?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we've even been going. Hold on, let me look.
So
we're fine.
Yeah, okay, fine. I think I told you in the beginning, I'm from Sweden, so I'm a foreigner in this country. I'm a guest. So we were doing the chip-off course during HCCA.
Yeah.
And this was held in a casino. And I was thinking, like, if you're sitting here and people, drop their soldering iron, fire alarm goes off, they're going to evacuate the casino. That's going to cost a lot of money when they cannot have their revenue stream, right? So, being a sensible Swede, sharing and caring and safety, I go to the reception and said, hey, we're going to do a soldering course. So if it's possible, can you turn off the fire alarm in this room, or let the building manager know we're going to be in here soldering, so that might trip the alarm so you don't evacuate. That was 100% what I said. It took like 25 minutes. And the head of HCCA at the time from New York, who was that?
Tony?
Tony, yeah. Tony comes running. He goes like, Martin, what have you done? I said, what? I just called off the police coming in here and raiding the place. I said, why? He said, the front, this says, someone come to me and said, there's a foreigner who want to turn off the fire alarm for the building. Maybe he's planning something. So, okay. So we couldn't do the training inside. So we moved it outside. And it was hot. It was like 43 Celsius, so 104, 110.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting here sweating. And I was like, I bet you can do a chip of a solar powered chip of magnifying glass. And someone said, bet you could not. So, that's enough for me.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went to like Walmart or whatever, got myself not a big one, a small magnifying glass, like this size, like maybe 3 inches. And sure enough, we did a solar powered chip off in 2010.
So you heat the solder up enough to get to be able to pull the chip out from the sun in Las Vegas.
Yes. And it was readable. It's a video on it as well. Yeah.
What? You told me when you started. Like, oh, I don't do social media. Come to find out, he's like some.
No, this is my 2 videos.
Yeah.
And I put them there a long, long time ago. And it's not on my name, so I'm anonymous. Yeah.
Not now. You just told everybody that those.
Oh man. Oh man.
And I'm going to link to him too. So
okay,
yeah, it's been long enough.
Yeah.
He's retired from those days.
Oh yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that was awesome. That was one of the those fun ones I've done. So I appreciate it.
And don't forget to check out our products as well. We have all the good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do really, but they're really good.
They extract phones.
Yeah.
And more exploits than anyone else can get. So there you go.
A lot of exploits. Yeah. And
MSAB.
Yeah.
Is so just Google that. You'll find
XOI and Examen.
Yeah, I'll throw the links all down in the description so people can watch in the replay.
Excellent.
Excellent. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I'll probably see you out tonight. I'm sure. Absolutely will.
Hey, you know what? Can we do a plug for Sumori when we're here?
Well, yeah. What do you got?
Have you won one of these?
Oh, yeah. Edward Teach. I'm going tonight.
Are you going?
Because Monolith is going co-sponsoring that event.
Sweet. Then I'll see you there for a beer. I'm tell you what, I'm going to buy.
Betting you a beer against anything.
I'm going to buy you a beer at this. I'm going to get you a beer at this. So you will owe me a beer, okay?
Excellent. Agreed.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. You guys, we're going to be going live from out today. I guarantee it's not going to be this entertaining, but this was great. Thanks again, sir. You guys hang out, and we'll see you later on. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. See you.